I would like to give a small demonstration of how we actually treat somebody on the floor. So I have with me Lindsay, and some of you already know me, I'm Yvette, but we're going to give like a brief demonstration of what's important when you're actually treating a client on the floor with your Reiki. We have actually here a futon that gives a little bit of extra support. You notice we've got a small pillow for the head. But if you don't have a futon, I would use maybe double up a duvets, you know, like your king duvets, and double them up and then put a cover over the top. This is actually a really soft futon thing that we use, but you can actually use a smaller pillow, or you can roll a towel up. And it's really important. I'm going to just let Lindsay show you roughly where it is, but why it's important as well. So Lindsay will just show you.
So we use the bolster basically to place underneath the client's knees. You need to think about the length of the client and roughly where you feel their knees will go. The importance of that is to take some of the pressure off the lower back and make sure that the client is nice and comfortable, because they're going to be laid down for a little while during the treatment.
And it's really important to let your client get down on the floor and not for you to get them down. And you know, obviously when they lay down and you feel that's not in the right place, just move it slightly, ask them to lift the legs and make sure that it is literally placed underneath the knees. And that's really, really important. And obviously one of the other things to recognise is that, you know, your client could get cold. You know, there's sometimes on the floor, but using energetic work, you will notice that your client's temperature can fluctuate. So it's really important then to cover them with a blanket. It can be a thick one, a small one, you know, if it's hot outside and hot inside, just something loose, maybe a cotton sheet or something, just to give them that little bit of comfort and support. So we're about to get our client on the floor, and we'll show you then the hand positions. Okay, you'll notice that Lindsay is sat above the head, and what's really important is to make sure that you're comfortable. This is all about looking after you as well as looking after your client. Lindsay's sat in a particular cross section, but Lindsay, if you can just show some of the other positions that they can actually use while they're sat at the top of the head.
Okay, you want to really be thinking about your own comfort, so only be doing what is physically comfortable for yourself. All these positions you're going to be sat for some time, you don't know how long on each position, so really pay attention to your body. If sitting cross-legged like this is tricky for you, or if you find that that's pulling a little bit, you might want a little cushion just to raise up on your hips, just to make that a little bit more comfortable. Another position, if your knees are okay and you feel comfortable to kneel, you can kneel, but you can see that I'm a little way away from the client, so you do just need to come in just that little bit closer. I'm good here because I've got the futon underneath my knees, so it's not causing any pressure. If you do need to kneel and you've not got the futon, you might need to have something underneath your knees or underneath your feet, because you sat here for a little while. That's quite a nice, good position. You can get to where you need to go without putting too much on your body. Another one that I quite like, it depends how you're going to be, but this allows me to move, so I can sort of lean up on one knee and kneel on the other. Let me shift my weight about. I'm somebody who likes to move a little bit, so I don't like to be locked in one position. Another, of course, is you can sit like this. For me, this is not so comfortable, but some people are very, very flexible through the hips, and that'll feel quite nice for you. So play with the movements and just feel what feels good for your body.
Yeah, you can always sort of practice before your client comes, yes, just to get that real feel about which way you want to be sitting. So once you've found your comfortable position, and we'll let Lindsay get into place, you'll be doing position 1. And please remember that the majority of these positions you're holding within about 5 minutes. But of course, doing it on the floor is going to be slightly different after position 4. So we're not going to be holding it for that length of time. So we're just going to go briefly through them so that you can actually get an idea. So position 1, remember, it's above the actual face. Please do not go too close or even press your hands on somebody's face, because obviously they can feel rather claustrophobic and it doesn't always help. So just hold that position. So that's your position 1. So as we go into position 2, Again, it's touching slightly. Don't press hard or anything like that. You're just sort of at either side of the ears. So it's quite comforting.
And again, you'll notice to do that, I've leant forward a little way. Always be mindful of your lower back, engage your core, and just listen to your body. If that position is not comfortable, you need to move and try another one.
So remember that if you do need to change your position, just hold that for as long as you can and sort of change your position before you're going into the next hand position, which is really, really important. And you notice that Lindsay's back is quite straight. Please do not arch your back. Okay, so we go into position 3.
So we've shown you this before. You'll see you just hook underneath the neck and let your hands glide and cradle the back of the head.
And then you'll notice as we go into position 4, you'll notice how important it is. Now, normally when you're treated on a couch, we often get the hands on top of the top of the shoulders, but this time you're going to actually place your hands just underneath the shoulders. You're not going all the way underneath, you're just holding underneath the top of the shoulders. And 5 and 6. This is really important because you're going to be using a lot of your intention, and you're going to need to be doing the 5 and 6 together, but we're literally coming straight down the sort of center, but you're going to be going above the belly button. So we're going to go on the left hand side. So you need to go on the left hand side. Find that position.
So for me, this is quite a nice, comfortable position. Just need to be aware of where the chest and where the belly button is. It's always difficult with a blanket, but you need to become familiar with where these positions are. Onto the midline, and use your intent to work both left and right sides of the bodies to balance both.
So you're basically doing 2 positions, the 5 and the 6 together in the central line. And of course, because it would normally be roughly 5 minutes, if you find yourself like 6 or 7 minutes here, that's perfectly fine, because you're actually doing more than one position at a time, using that intention, and that will actually help you. So as we're moving into the positions 7 and 8, you'll be going on to the right hand side of your client. Again, get that position that's comfortable for you. So this is below the belly button. And please be mindful, especially if you've got a gentleman, of to where you place your hands. And so you'll notice that Lindsay's hands are side by side. If you're unsure, put one hand on top of the other. Again, this will be exactly the same thing as 5 and 6. You might find yourself here a lot longer than your ordinary, just the single position, because you're doing more than 1 and 2 positions. And then we're going to be moving into position 9, which is the knees. So since you're already on that side, you know you're going to be doing one knee at a time. So Lindsay's already that side, so she'll be working on that knee first. And of course, when you feel it's the right time, you need to come around to the other side.
This is why I quite like this position here, because it's quite easy then just to transition. Never step over your client, always walk around.
And then obviously as we go into position 10. So position 10 is the feet. So as you allow yourself to come down towards the feet, you can either do this on top or underneath, which means almost like their ankles or the palm, you know, using your palms at the base of the feet, but find something that is right for you. It could be just as simple on top, it's a lot easier. And then you'll be holding that position.
Just so you can see the underneath, just don't remove the blanket. Cup your hand underneath the leg, underneath the ankles. It's quite a nice comforting position.
And we've now sort of shown you the complete hand positions that you need to do for your client, and I'm sure you can join us for the next part of when we actually show you how to scan and how we need to then end the treatment. So enjoy.